bracing for chaos. The NYPD is ordering all personnel to report for duty Friday after a Hamas terrorist leader called for a day of anger and sacrifice,
telling Muslims to take to the streets across the world and protest against Israel.
Security in New York is already ramping up. There are heavily armed officers stationed at New York's Grand Central Station and the Port Authority bus terminal. Tomorrow, the streets will be teeming with uniformed officers. All uniformed members of the service in every rank have been called up, according to an NYPD memo. Be prepared for deployment.
There's been a lot of internet traffic that is giving concern to law enforcement authorities.
The war in Israel has become a flashpoint on the nation's college campuses. The students here at Brooklyn College say they're protesting the siege of the Gaza Strip, but they're saying nothing about the barbarity of what Hamas did in Israel that has shocked the world to its core. Students at the University of Wisconsin appear to be in full support of the carnage inflicted by Hamas.
We will liberate the land!
At the University of North Carolina, it got ugly when pro-Israel students crashed a pro-Palestinian rally.
How students can have so little empathy and recognition of the vile terrorism that resulted in the atrocities.
Perhaps the
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto the like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. No one brothers to edify through the spirit. Keeping our eye on these current events, which is all part of prophecy. Everything that's happening right now is part of prophecy. The stage is being set. All right, the players are being put into play. Everything that we see with our eyes and things that we know is all on the table. In other words, don't be shocked anymore. Now, I only put this, but no one I put the video of what's supposed to happen in Friday the 13th in New York City. The tension is brewing. You know, people are losing it. But that's just a recent one. And I did the show yesterday through the spirit of them talking about they want to fly out certain Israelis to America. And then you have the great boxer Floyd Mayweather. He was using his private jet to get some of these criminals. Because that's what they are. Because that's like pedo central, all right, over there. And that's the recent. So let's backtrack. So I just got a couple of things. I'm not going to read it. I'm just a couple of state. I'm not going to read all of it. But this one stick out to me. It says New York City, NYC, daily migrants arrives nearly double as the city sees new record of 4,000 asylums seeking in 1 week. So this thing is not going down. It's not going down at all. So you have that factor. You have the Ukraine war, which it took in everybody. You have all these factors that's taking place. One scripture that really came into mind, and it's, you know, it's all part of their plan, of course. Esau think he's playing the role of the Most High. You know, because that's in his spirit to do that. Habakkuk 2:5 to the point. Say, yeah, also because he transgressive by wine. When you break down the word transgression, is breaking the law. All right, let's look up transgression. I'm just going to, the Hebrew word is bagad, to act treacherously, deceitfully. Deal treacherously, to act or deal treacherously, faithlessly, deceitfully, offend. It says root, to cover, with garment, figuratively to act covenantly, by implicating to pillage, deal deceitfully, treacherously, unfaithfully, offend, transgress, depart, treacherous, dealer, man, unfaithful. So these are the for transgression. So also because he transgressive by wine, so he deals treacherously or deceitfully, all right, by his wine, which is what? Is philosophies, all right? His philosophies, which he goes by, and one of the main things is democracy, all right? Under the umbrella of democracy, you have all this other different madness. You vote for your leader, but if the leader doesn't do what the U.S. government wants, they can oust him too. So it's all by deceit. And it says, he is proud, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. So he's always entered somebody else's territory, right? Who enlarges his desire is as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's the key. So his thing right now is to gather nations, right? So in his mind, he's thinking, because according to their Illuminati things about, I forgot, I had it, is in a book called Satan Angels Exposed. Basically, all countries' borders are being torn down. So all people are flooding each other. That's all part of this man's plan. And what this is going to lead to, which is the main point of the video, the main thing that was crossing my mind, is going to equal to race wars. All right? It's going to equal to race wars. It's going to equal to, because you have to understand, there's a lot of tension brewing out here in these streets. There's a lot of tension. And all these recent things just add to the tension. So your bills are sky high. They don't stop. They want to take all your money. Then you have other people that's taking, when you play the role of the citizen, paying your tax dollar, doing what you got to do, and it's benefiting other people, but you can't get nothing from your government that you work hard for. Tensions are brewing. All right? Tensions are brewing. And there's a lot of wickedness is going on. Matthew 24:12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And what is iniquity? Iniquity is sin multiplied. So we live in a sinful place. We live in a cutthroat society. We have been living in a cutthroat society for a long period of time. It was slow for us that was born over here because we kind of got accustomed to it. But in reality, we are in some cutthroat shit. So here it is. You work your ass off. You do what you have to do, supposedly. Somebody else comes in. You follow the trend of the American dream, which means you got to fall asleep, stay asleep. You do everything that they tell you to do to accomplish, going to school, all this other shit, but you still can't achieve that goal. But then you have outsiders that come in, they haven't worked a day of their life. They get loans and so forth. So that builds up tension. All right? Then you add the fact that women have rights over the man. Children got rights over the man. They pushing the LGBT crazy nonsense. All right? All these things is happening. So people are waxing cold towards one another. Matthew 24:7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation. As a matter of fact, let me go up. It says 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Because all these wars, what do? They displace people. There's a great displacement that's going on. People, the civilians that can't fight, women and children, and certain men that can't fight, they flee their homelands and they're looking for a safe place. Rightfully so, right? So since they're looking for a safe place, they can't find a safe place. Because the places that they tend to go to, it's crowded over there. So we hear rumors of wars, and we seen wars right now. See that you be not troubled. So all these things is happening. That's not supposed to trouble us at all, because this is all leading to prophecy. And for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And that proves that all this turmoil with Iran, well, actually, Iran is not involved quite yet, but they're pushing Iran in the forefront. That's supporting Hamas. So Israel wants to destroy Hamas, or the Palestinian state over there. They're going to take their energy and towards it to Iran. Okay? And even in that case, when they go to war, it's still not the end, because they have a major prophecy that needs to take place. That's the MOTB. That's live and direct. And coming with the MOTB will come with famines, pestilence, all right, all sorts of goodies that's going to come with that, because they're going to force people to go and get these things, all right? And it says, for nation shall rise against nation. So people read that, they'll think, oh, it's the nation of, is this nation or that nation that is going to fight? No, it's talking about people. All right, people are going to fight one another. And what's the main thing they're going to fight other people for? Food, benefits, all right, housing, clothing, you name it, because they feel displaced. How does it feel that you're loyal to something and they just turn on you? All right, they just turn on you, and then newcomers come and they get all the stuff that you work so hard for. So there's a lot of things that's going to happen in this near future, and tomorrow could be the first bridge of them all hell to break loose. Could be, could not. Well, who knows? There's also the point of the movie. What was it? Siege, that came out in '98. Denzel and Bruce Willis. They shut down Manhattan, martial law. So there's a lot of things that's going to happen. And it says, in kingdom against kingdom. And that's what we're seeing. We're literally seeing kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines. Famines mean what? The lack of bread. All right? The lack of bread. And pestilence. You got the C-hip. You got the C9, 19er. All right? And it's different variants they're trying to push. And we know about the earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. All right? So what we're going to stick with, we're going to stick with the other thing. Second Ezra 15. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So it's going to get that vile where people are going to get up close and personal. Isaiah, real quick, 13. Is it 14? It says, Isaiah 13 and 14. And it should be as a chased roe. Who's that should be like a chased roe? Esau, Edom. Because when it boils down to all these people, and you have a lot of cells, sleeper cells that's coming in this thing that's not being invented, and this is the great opportunity that they look forward to lock shit down. Because if there is another 9/11 type of incident, they could blame it on the boogeyman, which is terrorism, which it could be anybody. That's why you had the national authorization. I had it. There's a national authorization, something something. The NDA, the NDA. I can't remember the rest of the acronym. Is an acronym, which your favorite beloved, once upon a time, president has signed into act, which states that any American be considered a T. Okay. So all these things are in play. They have the direction that they wanted, but eventually people are going to say, and people right now are already tuning in or tuning out what they're trying to push. So they're going to take their anger towards these particular people. All right. And it shall be as a chase road. And it's not going to be no, no psyop. It's gonna go out of their control. So you could fake it for so long, but it's gonna get really bad. It's gonna get out of control. And that's biblical. All right. Just like the BML, Black Lives on BLM movement, which was all a psyop. It was controlled. I mean, they took something that was serious and they hijacked it and made it something that was worthwhile. All the burning, all the stealing, that was all part of the plan. But those plans change. All right. And when the people find out who's behind everything, they're going to take their anger out. They're going to go towards the source. And it says, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, that shall every man turn to his own people. So every man is going to literally turn to their own kind. And right now, you have a lot of people that came from different nations, and they're going to start to stick together because the simple fact is getting harder out here for everybody. It says, and flee everyone to his own land. So eventually, a lot of people are leaving. Just how they're talking about people are coming in, a lot of people are leaving. All right? They're leaving. They're trying to jettison out of here because it's not the same. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, which is talking about all these different race traders, especially the so-called black woman who wants to be involved with everybody else. When that time comes, when it gets real serious, you're going to be caught up. All right? And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword, which is going to be what? Race wars. And it says back in 2 Ezra 15 and 15, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, which is another precept to that is Isaiah 19 and about 2. I will set the Egyptians. Let me look up the word set. Very important. It says the Hebrew word for set. I will set. All right. It says the Hebrew word shakar, or sakar. To hedge, fence about, shut in, to block, overshadow, screen, stop, approach, shut off, cover. That doesn't really give me strong definition. Root, parallel, entwine as screen. Defense, to cover. Protect, cover, defense. Defend, hedge in, join together, set and shut up. So the Lord is going to set the Egyptians. So people are going to join forces towards other Egyptians, which are the other Americans. Political parties, different ideologies, different everything. People are going to take in sides. Right now, they're pushing a narrative on the media to take sides, right, with this whole thing. So them taking sides, you taking sides, you're a Trump supporter, a Biden supporter, and all this other shit. All these are leading to conflicts, And who's engineering? The Most High. So it's gonna get, this whole thing is gonna be hijacked. The Spirit of the Lord is gonna be on people to do certain things. It says against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. The scripture tells you if Satan be divided against himself, how can his kingdom stand? The answer to that is no. So it's going to get bad out here. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Because if you find out when there's lack of bread, there's lack of certain substance, you're going to find out this person has, you're going to try to take what they got. All right? For whatever selfish means, you're going to do it. And that's what's going to end up happening. You got people that's sleeping on the streets in winter. The weather's changing up here and up north. So you got all these migrants that is coming to this cold place. They got no place to put them. They're trying to make it like an in and out thing, but they're not going to be in and out. A lot of people is going to be on the streets with their kids and so forth. It's all going to lead to, I got to take to protect mine. Yeah, they're going to start asking. People will say no. But some people's going to be on some vigilante shit. It's going to get real out here. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and they're not even considering whatever the administration is going to tell them, because they're going to blame the administration for what's going on. All right? So the course of their action shall stand in their power. So they're going to make up their own mind and make up their own rules. They're not going to follow the rules. They said that New York is going to have, telling all uniformed cops to come out. If you supposed to have a day off for a conflict between two countries that have nothing to do with the United States, or especially New York. But since there's a large population of a certain people here, the most overprotective people on the planet Earth, and now they're going to change things. So this all could lead, if anything happens on Friday the 13th, or beyond, we like to think beyond, it's going to lead to martial law. And once it leads to martial law, a lot of things that people are accustomed to is going to be taken away from them, and they're going to take action to their own hands. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And we at that state when men are losing it. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. So we in that stage of great tribulation. All right, we're not quite there yet, but we heading there. Since we are heading there, guess what? It's about to get really funky out here. And they said, what did they say? They said this event is the new 9/11. So the new 9/11 is going to hit America the most. And it's going to lead a domino effect of events that's going to lead to this. So with that, do something real quick to the Spirit. Shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.